Hi, welcome to DreekWorks Project Channel. Today, we're going to be taking tubes and tires out of bike wheels, and I'm going to be given a step-by-step plan that's simple and easy to remember and follow for you to achieve this to the most efficient way. Let's get started. Since this is a pretty basic project, the tools needed aren't very extravagant to get the job done. What I'm going to be using is a couple of flathead screwdrivers and a couple of wrenches just in case if we get into a pinch with the tube and tire while getting it off the rim. So step number one is to relieve all the pressure out of the tire of air. Now this one can't hold air because obviously there's a pop in the tire, so that's not really going to be too much of an issue. So now we're able to go to our next step, which is step number two. So step number two is very simple. Remove the tire. What we're going to do to get that started is we're going to pinch the tire over till we see some rim here, like so. We're going to get our flathead screwdriver, pry it under the tire, and we're just going to wiggle our way through until we see it on the other side, like so. And then from there, we're going to just push it down some more and then pry it off the tire and then slide it off. So let's finish doing that. So now that we have this step done, now we need to get our other tire so that way we can get the tire and tube that we want and put it on the wheel. So we're going to just repeat step 1 and 2 for this tire here. Now, on to the most important step, step number 3. So, with step number 3 is basically just as simple, but we have a little bit more of a risk. You see, while the process is the same as removing the tire, we have a risk of potentially pinching the tube a smidget, and therefore causing a little cut in the tube, therefore having another pop, and we do not want that. So what you're going to do to kind of help resolve that is to work with what we have. And what I mean by that is basically take the pieces of the tire and tube that are most risky and start with that first. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the hole in the rim where the tube goes in. I think it's about right there. And we're going to stick the stem from the tube, stick it through the hole, and then just work our way around. So we're just going to work our way around, try to fit it on, and then once we get to a certain point, we're going to feel a little bit of a snug, a smidget of a snug. And we're going to start hearing some stuff, but it's all right because we know what we're doing. So we're going to get it up here, just fit it on, work it, and sometimes if it get really too rough, then we'll get our flathead screwdriver, gonna help work it on, which I'm going to be doing now. So we're going to be fitting the flathead screwdriver here, and we're going to be working it back, fitting it on. All right, boom. Now we have a new tire and tube for this rim. Now for the moment of truth, we're going to have to pump it up and see if it holds air. So we're going to do that next, which is step number 4. So one thing that I failed to mention is that this tube that was older, it was a tube that I installed, and it's called a high pressure valve tube. And that's the reason why it looks so much different compared to the tube that I installed. I just wanted to specify that because this tube takes a different style of head for the air pump. And I just wanted to just let you guys know that these exist. They're also extremely cheap. They're about $6 a pop. And they also hold air very well, and they're very reliable tubes. All right, guys. Moment of truth here. Get him out the way. Put him up here. So, for me, I usually like to run about 80 pounds of pressure in my tires, 60 to 80 for my rear tires at least, because I find that that's a very good range for my tire to hold, so that I won't have to pump it all the time. Because you know, these tires, no matter how new they are, they inevitably leak air little by little over time. So that's just what I do, but always go to the specific guidelines or whatever comes from the company that's official and just pump it to that, because I don't want you guys to potentially pop your tires, that, you know, the same risk that I'm running now, and you know, I want you guys to be safe. So just remember to just double check. Don't always follow me. So I also wanted to talk to you guys about what the wrenches would have been for if the tube and tire didn't go on the rim as smoothly as it did. So basically, let's just imagine that this rim is stiff and you're trying to get it around, like we're almost done, we're about here, and it's super duper stiff, it's like this. The wrenches, the wrenches would then come in and you would use it to hold it in place and then pry it over, and you get the other wrench and put it on this side here and then help pry it over. So that's basically what the wrenches would have been used for. So with a very, very, very simple step system, I figured I would make it even simpler by putting it into one frame. Step number 1 is to remove any air pressure from the tires. Step number 2 is to remove the tire and tube. Step number 3 is to reinstall the tire and tube, but remember to be very, very careful, because we do not want to have any damage during this process. Number 4 is the most simple and the easiest, which is to simply pump up the tire to your liking and make sure that it is safe and secure. Here is your stuff all in one frame, so that way you guys can just follow along, screenshot it, or even just jump ahead to this point and do it yourselves. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, please leave a like and subscribe. And the channel that you're watching this video on is called DreekWorks Project Channel. So please remember to just check out any more of my content. A lot of my content is just like this here. And also follow my new Instagram that I made for content just like this. It's called DreekWorks_CW. I'm gonna have it all down below in the description. And also, most importantly, please be safe and please have fun and enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye-bye.